Alex Pereira faces Magomed Ankalaev March 8th for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. It's going to be a good fight, but is it going to be as exciting and as entertaining as it is perceived to be? Because it is seen as probably the number one light heavyweight matchup in the entire year. I mean, it's just the most anticipated matchup. It's been anticipated for a year. More than a year even. People have wanted to see this fight for a long time. They finally got it booked. It should be a great fight, right? It should end in a finish. It should be exciting, but there is a potential for this fight to not be a snooze fest, but be a very close decision. Could go the distance. I can definitely see this fight going the distance. We're going to dive into it, dive into the reasons why I believe this could go the distance and why it could be not as exciting as it's been hyped up to be. It is a very, very hyped up matchup. This is a matchup that UFC fans have wanted to see for a long time. It should be a great matchup, but this could be a potential letdown, boys. So we're going to get into it. This is definitely going to be a striking matchup. People are saying Magomed Ankalaev is going to start blasting double legs. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. He has never blasted a double or a single leg in his entire freaking career, man. Magomed Ankalaev, they're like, oh, Dagestani wrestler. People just implicate Dagestan with wrestling. Of course, a lot of the high-level Dagestani fighters are great wrestlers. They have a very great Sambo wrestling background out in Dagestan. But Magomed Ankalaev is different. He does primarily strike. When he does go to the ground, he can get caught in a submission. His only loss in the UFC and in his MMA career is to Paul Craig by triangle choke on the ground last second. I believe it was round 2 or round 3. So Magomed Ankalaev is not this high-level experienced wrestler that we put him out to be, but he is a great striker. He is a good striker. He's got knockouts. He's got solid hands. He's got solid leg kicks. He's very well rounded. Magomed Ankalaev is very well rounded, but so is Alex Pereira. We know Alex Pereira, man. Power in both of his hands. His left hook is dangerous. He knocks people out with that left hook. He knocked out Jamal Hill with that left hook. He knocked down Yuri Prochazka, knocked out Yuri Prochazka in the first fight, knocked him down in the second fight, and then finished him with the head kick. Alex Pereira's kickboxing is world class. It's world class, and that is why he's the light heavyweight champion of the world. That is why he was middleweight champion of the world. Alex Pereira is high level when it comes to kickboxing, when it comes to striking, and he's fighting a guy in Magomed Ankalaev who has a decent amount of tape on him. He's got 20 fights. I believe he's got over 12 fights in the UFC. Magomed Ankalaev has been on a huge tear in the UFC, and he's been knocking out people left and right. He just had a good fight against Rockage. It wasn't the most entertaining fight, but he did what he had to do to get the victory, right? And when we look at this matchup, I would say 95% of people are going with Alex Pereira by knockout. And I want to shift Alex Pereira by knockout, but there is an alternate reality that people need to realize that this fight could definitely go the distance. This fight is definitely a possible complete 5 round light heavyweight championship fight. It's very possible. Alex Pereira is very well rounded. He's dangerous, but we just saw him go 4 rounds with Khalil Roundtree, a guy ranked number 7. I think he was number 8, number 7. He just went the 4 rounds with Khalil Roundtree. He picked his shots wisely. He did win by knockout. It was clean. Nice work by Alex Pereira, but it was close. It was decently close. Khalil had his moments. It was close. It wasn't an absolute barn burner, but Alex Pereira picked it up in the later rounds. He conditioned himself well, and I think in this fight, we're not going to see an Alex Pereira that doesn't fear anything. I think he's going to be more conserved. He's going to be more conservative fighting Magomed Ankalaev, who can also put your lights out. He's put out, of course, his best wins aren't as high level as Alex Pereira. He beat Johnny Walker. He beat, who did he recently beat? He beat Rockage. He didn't knock out Rockage, but he beat Johnny Walker, beat Rockage. He beat Krylov, I believe. Like, his wins aren't as pristine as Alex Pereira's, of course, but Magomed Ankalaev has gotten it done well. He's got hands. He has nice kicks as well. We've seen him get front kick knockouts, head kicks. He's very well rounded. When we look at Alex Pereira, we're thinking this guy is going to box the crap out of Ankalaev. He is going to strike the shit out of Ankalaev. But we have to realize that this is evenly matched up on the feet. Okay, Alex Pereira does have a slight edge. I will give him that. He is a world-class kickboxer. He's got powerful hands. I think he has a better knockout chance, a better knockout ratio in this fight, for sure. He's got a way higher chance at clipping Magomed Ankalaev on the chin and knocking him out. But if Alex Pereira makes one wrong move, like he did against Israel Adesanya, we could see Ankalaev pull off this win. And I don't think this is going to end in a finish. I don't think it's going to end in a finish. And if it does end in a finish, it should be a late round finish. Because both these guys have good cardio. They can go the distance. We just saw Alex Pereira go 4 rounds. and he conditioned himself well. He's very good at conditioning himself. His cardio is good. So is Magomed Ankalaev's. And Ankalaev is ready for the 5 rounder. He has been training his ass off for this fight. The only thing Alex Pereira really has an edge on is the fact that Magomed Ankalaev is in Ramadan, you know? But that's not a huge factor in this fight. We can't say Magomed Ankalaev is going to be weak because of Ramadan. That has nothing to do with it. He's coming to fight. You got to respect him for taking this fight during Ramadan. Good on him. It's going to be a close fight. I think it'll be a very close fight. I am going to lean with Alex Pereira in my quick picks video. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. It's a good video. I got all my quick picks out for this card. I picked Alex Pereira. I picked him by KO. But I do see a potential where this fight goes the distance. And when this fight goes the distance, it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I think this could be a very 50-50 split decision fight, potentially, or a very close round, very close judging rounds. I don't think it's going to be as high volume as we expect it to be. Alex Pereira, he's been matched up against has been guys who just go out there and they're throwing hands, right? Magomed Ankalaev is not like that. He is not like that. He's very conservative. He waits for the right time. He counters well. He waits for his opponents to blitz in on him, and that's the exact same thing Alex Pereira does. Alex Pereira stomps forward, but he also waits to counter his opponents. He did this against multiple guys, and of course he is going to be the guy marching forward. I do believe Alex Pereira will be marching forward against Ankalaev, and I think that could be at his demise. I mean, Magomed Ankalaev doesn't have the most promising counter shots, but this guy does have a very, very stone figure. I'm not going to say stone because Alex Pereira is a stone guy, but Magomed Ankalaev has a very good tight guard, and he does not let shots get through, man. His defense is good. Magomed Ankalaev's defense is very good. Alex Pereira has obviously fought some guys with good defense, but everybody seems to want to strike with Alex Pereira. I think Magomed Ankalaev won't be any different. I think he'll want to strike as well. I understand. Shooting blast double legs on Alex Pereira doesn't even work, to be honest. I mean, we haven't really seen it get tested, but I do trust Alex Pereira's ground game enough to see this fight stay on the feet for the majority of this fight. If Magomed Ankalaev does get him down, I think he can land ground and pound, but I don't think he will finish Alex Pereira on the ground. And I think this fight will go the distance. And honestly, if this fight goes the distance, I'm going to side with Magomed Ankalaev to score the better shots in the round, to do more damage. I think one key thing for Alex Pereira is those leg kicks. He needs to chop at Magomed Ankalaev's leg. This is a key factor. He needs to get those leg kicks going. We saw this in the Jan Blachowicz fight. Magomed Ankalaev, he needs to work on those leg shot defense. I think that is definitely a game plan of Magomed Ankalaev. I think he's definitely worked on his leg kicks, on his leg kick defense. But Alex Pereira, I think, will still be chopping at his legs and breaking down Ankalaev round and round. And if this does go 5 rounds, I think Magomed Ankalaev's legs will be toast by round 4, round 5. And that's when Alex Pereira will really put on the gas. But I think this is going to go at least 4 or 5 rounds, if not the distance. I think it will go the distance. And I don't think it's going to be a barn burner. We're looking at this fight, and we're looking most anticipated light heavyweight matchup of the year. This is going to be a knockout. This is going to be a flashy fight. This is going to be exciting. Alex Pereira knockout or Magomed Ankalaev knockout. It's not going to be boring. But I do see a potential world where this fight is very slow to start, and slow to finish. I don't see them going into a slugfest. Magomed Ankalaev is just too smart. He is by far the opponent with the most IQ that Alex Pereira has fought. Everybody that Alex Pereira has fought. I love Yuri Prochazka, but his IQ is not there. He blitzes in on Pereira, hands down, doing all sorts of samurai moves, man, and gets caught, right? Magomed Ankalaev won't do that. Same thing with Jamal Hill. I mean, Jamal Hill just was too close to Alex Pereira. Got backed up against the fence. That's where Alex Pereira likes having you, up against the cage, and he pieces you up. The only guy who was able to capitalize on getting some shots landed on him was Israel Adesanya, man. And I just don't see that counter ability in Magomed Ankalaev, but I don't think he's going to let Pereira back him up against the fence and start teeing off. That's just not something Ankalaev would do. He has never done that. He's been a guy, stands his ground, stays in the center, and circles around, right? Magomed Ankalaev's got good footwork. He's not the fastest guy, but he will circle. And I think Alex Pereira won't be able to get him up against the cage and start teeing off on him like he has against most of his opponents. So I just see this kind of being a standoff in the middle, poking at range, very slow pace. It'll go through the rounds kind of slow, and maybe in the 4th and 5th it'll pick up. Maybe we'll find a finish in the 4th or 5th, one of them. but I think this will go the distance. And if it goes the distance, I think Magomed and Ankalaev will score with the judges. I think he'll side with the judges. But I could see this one being really close. I could see this one being really close. I just don't think it's going to be as exciting and as hype as people are saying it'll be. I mean, I want this fight to be super hype. I want to see a finish. But I do see a world where this does, you know, kind of be a bit of a slow fight, a bit of a boring fight, not a fight of the night that we're usually used to with Alex Pereira, not a performance bonus of the night that we're usually used to with Alex Pereira. So we'll see how this one goes. But Magomed Ankalaev knows how to make a fight boring, but he knows how to win as well, right? It really depends what his game plan is going in. I think he's going to be very conservative, and Alex Pereira is going to be trudging forward, but that could be at his demise. We'll see how it goes, though, boys. I just think this fight isn't going to be as fucking exciting as we hope it to be. I really hope it is, man. I really hope everything I'm saying is wrong. I hope you guys know this is just my opinion, okay? I hope every single thing I said in this video is wrong. I hope this is a barn burner. I hope this is an absolutely super fun fight. I hope this is back and forth the entire fight, blood being shed and somebody finds a finish, but I just don't think that'll be the case. But, that's just my opinion. I want to know what you guys think. Drop it down in the comments what you guys think about this fight. Who you guys are picking and what if you guys think this will be an exciting fight or if it'll go the distance and be sort of boring, man. But that's all I got for this video, boys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you boys in the next one. See you.